with Facebook, I would say, and MailChimp. And I think, Natalia, you can probably share some of your insights on Instagram, marketing Instagram. Um, and yeah, basically what I found is in online marketing, I would say it's become the substitute, I guess, for your business card. I think that your online presence today is basically a substitute for what people used to think of a business card or a resume. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of having some sort of profile, whether it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google Business. It's important to have some sort of online presence. And to another thing is to also establish a brand, a presence, so that people understand what you're about, and you're not just a general professional, but there's some quality about you that stands out. I've been deep diving into branding and research and all of that stuff. I also started recently doing a course by Ryan Serhant. I think you guys have heard about his $1 million listing in New York. So he has a whole series on branding and becoming a top producing realtor. So I've been kind of a fan of his and I've been following him. But basically what it boils down to is that you have to be a professional plus something else that makes you stand out. I think as the one that's really kind of came to the forefront of my mind when I'm thinking of myself as a real estate professional, what makes me different from all the other realtors that are running around Vancouver is that I think I'm a real estate professional, but I'm also a mom, you know, so that makes me better at understanding the difficulties that all the typical families go through when they're looking for a new place or when they're trying to relocate to a different area. I can offer them much more insight into what's going on in Vancouver with schools, with daycares, and just the logistics of moving houses, right? When you have a family, I think I have a much more better insight than maybe some people who are single, have never had kids. So that's what makes me realtor plus mom. That's me. And so where I started off, I think I'm going to share my screen so we can go through some of the things that I'm doing, some of the things that our brokerage is doing that I think are great. Can you guys wait 1 second? Am I sharing the right screen? Second. Let me share screen 2. That's the one that I wanted to share. So one of the things that I think that anyone who is trying to start off on internet marketing should do, first step is just to Google yourself. Just see what sort of footprint you have already online, that if somebody wanted to find out who you are, what they would be able to find. So what I like about our brokerage website is that you know, I just Googled First Day Realty Inc. You can see right away that there's a website. There is a lot of positive Google reviews. There's Google ranking of 4.9, which is great. And there are also references to YouTube that pop up, as well as current listings, and of course also the Facebook page. So that's something that I have to do if I Google myself for difference. I haven't been hunting down my past clients as actively to post positive reviews. I have lots of clients who are happy with me. It's just my biggest problem was hunting them down and getting them to write something, because it seems that most people are reticent to write, to do creative writing. That's been my biggest obstacle. So that's one of the things that I'm going to improve on. And another thing that I wanted to say that I like about First Day Realty is we have a good presence on Instagram. So as you can see, there's a lot of different posts here for rent, for pre-sales. I've been mostly posting stuff. This is what I'm going to do differently. Oh no, doing something weird. Let's see. So I've been posting a lot of market information. That's getting some views, getting some traction, but not nearly as much as my personal posts. And that's after doing Ryan Serhant's tips on what to do and what not to do in social media posts. I would definitely, that's one of the things I'm going to change about my social media, is that basically one of the things that he points out is a lot of realtors today on Instagram, they spend a lot of time bragging about themselves or about homes that they are selling, posting their new listings and posting homes that they've sold, or posting, for example, pictures of some beautiful real estate that they see around town. So that, or what they're doing with their family that looks fun. So what I've basically learned so far about social media is it's never about you, it's more about the community that you're trying to create and the value that you want to provide to that community. So the more value that you can provide to your potential audience, the more you talk about them, the better response you generally get to have. So basically how he broke it down is that he says 25% of your social media stuff should be business related. Here is where you can give them market updates, latest real estate news, success of your past clients where you've sold something, for example, or new listings. 25% would be something personal that makes you look more as a human being, or helps you position as that, professional plus something else, professional plus motorcycle enthusiast, for example, or professional plus active outdoors person, right? So basically make yourself stand out somehow from the other individuals and make it easier for people to connect to you as a person. Because like it or not, if you're an outdoorsy person who likes to hike a lot or who likes a lot of fishing, you're likely to better connect with that demographic. And so when people share common interests with you, they're more likely to use your real estate or other professional when you share a similar hobby. So
Steven is good to connecting with community. And
yeah.
Milena join us on Instagram. Hi, Milena. Nice to see you.
Hi, ladies. I don't know. Can you guys hear me yet?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. Perfect. Yeah.
I have a new computer, so I don't know what happened to it. I used it earlier, like I said, and for whatever reason today, it just wouldn't bring in the audio anyway. But yeah, no, I with the Instagram stuff there and just all social media, the biggest fear that I think everybody has is that they don't post enough. You're right. Like, I mean, I watch a lot of different things, and Gary Vaynerchuk, for an example, is my favorite as far as social media is concerned and all that stuff, because he's a king at this stuff. And just everybody's paralyzed by fear. I mean, they don't want to post because they're afraid what other people are going to think. But the whole thing is that the way I teach people is that it's like a feed. So if I post something now and then Elena, you post, well, you push mine down, then Natalia posts and it keeps pushing us down and down and down. The only people that actually see your stuff, in my opinion, are people that are on that network right now. And as you get pushing down, unless they go searching for you and start doing whatever, like, I mean, obviously we'll come into it and we'll scroll down to see what happened through the course of the day or whatever, but it's a feed. So if you post one time a month, it's not enough. Like right now, like for my social media stuff, I post like 35 times a day.
Wow.
It's insane. Now I have LinkedIn, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have Storm Realty International Facebook, I have so on. My wife, Julie, does our brokerage Facebook page, where there is more towards our local market. As far as any new listings we get, there's a post going on, any sales post, any community events we're doing, which we do a lot of that stuff. So it's just a matter of, I find that a lot of people don't post enough.
Yeah. How do you keep up that pace and still do business?
There's a program that I buy. It's called Publer.io, I think it is. And it's like an
Publer.io?
automatic, it's an automatic scheduling program that you do to where usually, you know, at the end of the month, for an example, I'll take a day
Yeah.
or so, or I'll have one of my employees that they'll go in and then they'll just beat it full of the posts that I'd like it to have for that month. And then at least this way here, it schedules and it posts everything. And the nice thing with that program is that it looks like you're in that program when you're there. Whereas if you use some of the other platforms, it's not coming from LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever. It's coming from somewhere else. And you
Yeah.
can see that it's going through a third-party site. So I like the way that it's displayed because it's just like I posted it in that platform and it's there. But that has saved me so much time because it's great. And then through the course of the day or the month, if I myself would like to post something that is special to me or to what I'm doing, or it could be a video as far as teaching people something or whatever that deal is, then I will post it. And it's just an extra post that's going to go there. So
Hi, Aryan. Sorry, Aryan want to try to show us place for rent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to flip my camera. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is our furnished unit which we have. It is just by Falls Creek.
Nice view.
It's a nice view, yeah. Which side of the building? It looks like it's facing south.
No, this unit faces north.
Oh, facing north. I
And
thought it
very
had
good.
the view of the water. How big is this unit?
600 square feet.
No, it's 705 plus 39 square feet balcony. So it's much bigger than you think.
Than your typical
705,
one then.
705 to be exact. 705, which is bigger than most units nowadays in downtown anyway.
and what
How
are you
much is it?
asking as far as for rent wise? What are you charging to rent it? Like
27.
Sorry?
Hi,
27.
hi, Ina. It's fully furnished, all inclusive. So has a parking, internet, cable, hydro,
Nice.
furniture, everything in it.
And so we'll have somewhere to stay when I come to Vancouver. Perfect.
Yeah, gas cook stove. Show us a nice kitchen, big bedroom. And this particular unit have a lot of closet space, which is good for several months, even longer, 1 year stay. Have 2 dens, actually. This is 1 den as a hook.
Bonus den and then.
Yeah, and quite decent entry area. This is 2nd den, and also big closet in a living room, and closet in a bedroom, closet in an entry. So a lot of closets. Available from December 15th. Its sofa bed is also, can be bad. Yeah. And it's a corner unit. So it feels even more spacious as it is.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that, Aryan.
All right, I'll head out now. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, if you come there before 4, show us that one too.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
See you. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, Stephen, you got cut off there.
That's quite all
What are
right.
you saying? Yeah.
So yeah, so what I was doing is just I've been using Publer to be able to auto schedule all that stuff. And I find that it just frees up a lot of time for me, where at least this way I can still, do the business, work with our realtors, deal with everything that has to happen through the course of the day. And, I have a lot going on because I have 2 different businesses. I own my brokerage and then I'm franchising also. So, I'm talking to realtors all the time, just trying to build relationships and, kind of do everything that's there. But I do post a lot. And it just comes down to where, like I said, I find that, even originally, whenever I started doing this, my wife is like, "Oh, you're posting too much." I'm like, "No, I'm not posting enough." Right. Because once you understand that it's a feed, well, then all of a sudden it kind of helps remove some of those fears. because,
Yeah.
you know, and once again, that like as you mentioned earlier, Elena, that you want things to be like relevant. They have to
Yeah.
bring value. They can't just be posting stuff that is stupid and just kind of whatever. You can
Yeah.
do that maybe every once in a while, but you are a realtor or you're a professional 24 hours
Yeah.
a day. What do you want to
Yeah.
be known for? The person that's going to parties, throwing all kinds of, doing wild things, or a professional, right?
Yeah.
It's still okay to have fun, but whenever you're using your social media platform, and that's kind of where it gets scary for some people, is that they've spent thousands of hours, thousands of dollars, you know, or millions of dollars even in building an image, and you just killed it because you wanted to go out and pretend like you're in high school again, right?
Yeah.
Like it can't happen. So because now it's accessible to everyone in the world, can Google you and see what you've done, good, bad, or indifferent. And
Yeah.
whereas, you know, 40 years ago, nobody cared. Nobody knew,
Yeah. Nobody
right?
knew. Yeah.
You know, so now everybody can see, and that's where the bullying comes in and all that stuff too, because everybody can see it.
Yep.
But I find that there's so much stuff that's there, and I think that it's really important whenever you're posting things. I like to keep things positive, upbeat. You know, a lot of my posts right now are geared towards the franchising wise for myself and a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. Like I said, my wife Julie's doing more of the stuff for our brokerage. My roles have changed a lot over the years where I don't sell a lot of the real estate like I used to, just because of, you know, there's only so much time in the day. But I do think it's important to inspire, to motivate, to just engage in people in a certain way, to give them joy, you know, and to help. I want people to think of me whenever they think of me to say, hey, I want to be part of that guy's business. I want to help that guy in the business that he's doing. Same thing with referral wise. Teach your people to refer you. It's the message and stuff that's there. Keep things positive, but sometimes ask questions, be playful with it within reason. And all of a sudden you can have amazing results from social media. It's free. Like I've spent, I don't know, probably $2 million worth of stuff in promoting myself over the years that I've been in the business, in advertising and stuff like that. Whereas here now, everything is free. It's right there, right at your fingertips, right? So it's an incredible tool.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Do you find that you use IGTV a lot, or do you mostly post pictures?
To me, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is the picture wise. I don't use the IGTV thing there just yet. You know, I'm 43 years old. I'm starting to learn, right? Trying to expand, trying to do whatever. Same thing with a lot of like just the live stuff itself. I haven't really expanded into that quite yet. It's kind of coming, you know, because a lot of the stuff that I do, like I find video wise, I'll post things and stuff on, you know, mostly on LinkedIn, for an example, where going to work in the morning, I'll be in my car and an idea will pop in my head, and all of a sudden I'll just talk about a certain topic. And like I've had people all over the place call me up and thank me for being real, right?
Yeah.
It's not a canned script. It's something that's helping them in their business and stuff like that, which is really, really important. And that's kind of the brand that I'm going for, is that I want to help as many people throughout the world as I possibly can, right? Not just sell real estate or rent or lease something. Like I want to make a difference, right? So that's kind of my brand that I'm building, and hoping that Storm Realty will just continue that through for many, many years.
Great. Natalia, how about yourself? Do you find that you use more pictures or video in your Instagram posts?
I
Or what do
think
you
for Instagram, or what I read from, it's most best to have a balance, right? So they are live, have to be present, story, posts. I see many people use one but not another. But I think like any online promotion or advertising, it's good to have balance. So use one, then use second, third. Like when you do in Instagram, you know how you post, it will give you the list of things. So I guess it's good to try experiment with all of them.
Even for that there, Elena, like I create all of my stuff in Canva. It's a free app that you can use. I've paid for the professional one, or at least this way it gets more pictures and videos and all that stuff. And I found that I was doing a lot more video than I'm doing right this second. I was also taking a lot of my images and stuff like that and turning them into the automation or stuff where they would move, or they would kind of blend coming in and stuff, just to create that extra little bit of a, you know, an extra appeal, I guess, maybe for somebody. But the problem with the program that I have, once again, we're working on things, we're building things. This public program and stuff like that, whenever it was converting over, some of the stuff didn't convert the way that I really liked it to convert. So it's not perfect, but it's
Mhm.
saving me a lot of time. So it's just a matter of kind of going, I think myself, video is the way to go, because a picture, will tell you a million things, but whenever I look at your picture, or all of a sudden, I watch a video of yourself and you're showing me the energy, you're showing me the information, the knowledge and stuff that you have as a professional realtor, that pulls me in. A
Right.
picture, I mean, sure, you're a beautiful girl, you're standing there in front of your listing or whatever you're talking about. That's wonderful. But all of a sudden here, whenever you're bringing in all that energy, people want to be around people that are successful. It's
Yeah.
contagious. And all of a sudden, whenever you're upbeat and you're there and you're passionate about what you're doing, people's like, I want to go see that because I'm excited, right?
Yeah.
If the monotone is down, or it's just a picture and it's kind of dark and it's not, it's kind of tough
not
to sell
catchy.
that, right? It's not catchy at
of
all.
course.
So
Welcome, Charm. We have Charm joining us on Instagram. Feel free to
Okay.
post your questions. So
Yeah.
we have quite a few people there, actually,
Oh, cool.
which is good. Yeah.
What are these people who are self-employed, realtors? Like, what's the background?
We
Can you
don't
get
know,
them?
like Instagram wise, we can join only one. So one of them can actually come on screen, but
Mhm.
not all of them. So yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe something I don't know yet.
I think it's great that you guys are doing this, by the way. I know when Natalia asked me, it was kind of last minute to be able to come. Right now it's 6:30 here, our time, because
Yeah.
we're 3 hours difference. And they're just kind of in between appointments and all that stuff. But I love what you guys are doing. As I mentioned to Natalia before, you guys have an incredible team. It's nice that everybody's bringing your part. Even Elena, for yourself to be, doing this and hosting and sharing your information. You have a lot of information that's there, and your team's very, very lucky to have that, extra resource. And it's something that is really important. As your company continues to keep growing, you're only as strong as the weakest link that's there. And then all of a sudden, whenever you can get a great bunch of, a bunch of like-minded, positive people, think of the
Yeah.
amazing things you can actually accomplish then, right? And I think that it's incredible what you guys are doing. So just keep going.
Yeah. Thanks for the encouragement, Steve. Pleasure to
No
have you.
worries at all.
You have
And
to
I
run.
look forward to building a relationship with you guys for many years, right? And I
Yeah.
just think that, once again, there's a lot of knowledge that's out there. It's just a matter of becoming friends with people and being able to go. And if you can take an idea from somebody, somebody
Yeah.
gets an idea from your presentation here today, they get one thing. And even if they take that one thing and modify it to something that's comfortable for them, they could have a home run. Like, they could have the best idea that they've ever had, because we only know what we know. Once you get introduced to a new idea, you can never go back to the original state of mind. It's impossible. Right. So all of a sudden for here, it just keeps rolling.
Yeah. One of the new ideas that I'm actually trying out for social media, I don't know, maybe you can give me feedback on that one, is building kind of a community portal for Falls Creek community, which is an area basically near our office.
Okay.
And what we're doing is I'm starting to slowly ramp this up, but this is the first video that we've done as a video interview of Natalia as a property manager in the area, as an expert. So I'm interviewing local businesses and I'm posting their interviews on this portal, but also on social media, and giving them basically free content to post on their websites and promote their business as well. So yeah, it's been kind of a good way to engage with the community, and I think that's kind of encouraged me to get out there and talk to more people. So it's just a overview of what this portal is. Basically, post local deals, local events, recent news that are relevant to the area, and
I think it's
kind of
great.
a little project that I'm
Back
working on.
years ago, I started business in 2004, roughly 2004, 2005. I used to have a postcard that I went to all the local businesses and I asked for permission to, put down their name, kind of like a phone book thing within reason, to where had their name, their phone number, where at least this way people in our community could go and pull out that postcard and be able to use that business. So I gave them free advertising, really.
Yeah.
This is just in 2021. What you're doing is something similar to what I was doing, to where you're promoting them, you're giving them free advertising and so on. Even a handful of years ago, I used to go around to a couple, I just started doing it and then I kind of went to something else. But if I would have been consistent with it, I think that there's a huge reward that's there, because I was actually interviewing and just thanking and kind of boasting and promoting some of the local businesses that are in the community, giving them free advertising again, giving them a shout out. Like, I have over 20,000 followers in my social media stuff, right? So there's a lot of people that are there, and just kind of throwing it out to the universe. They were so grateful, but it also creates that relationship. If
Yeah.
people like you and they trust you, why would they not do business with you? So all of a
Right.
sudden for here, the main purpose is to be able to help them, to be able to help build your community. But also on the other side of that, it's a relationship. If they
Yeah.
like you, they trust you, they'll send business your way. The referral aspect, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of helping your business as you help them. Whatever you put out to the universe, it's going to come back 10 times fold too.
Right.
And you can't do it for, necessarily the reward. You want to do it for the action of helping people. But if you can do that, it will spin back to something that you never knew was possible. So I think that this program that you're doing, I think it's incredible. And first time, obviously, I've seen it today. And I think that it's something that could build into a huge referral source for yourself. And I think it's really, really good. So I really encourage you to be consistent with it and just keep posting it. And even if you run out of people, which you're not going to, if you run out of businesses to interview, go back and do them again and follow up with them.
Yeah, of
right?
course. Because
So-
there's so many. I'm just as I'm in the process of doing this, I just interviewed also started to interview organizations, not only businesses.
Yeah.
So I interviewed the director, principal of our school, the school where
Nice.
my kids go to. They go to a French Catholic school, French immersion
Nice.
Catholic school. So anyway, I had a lovely interview with the principal. Now I'm being invited to speak at the open house for our school.
Cool.
But yeah, a wonderful opportunity to highlight the school, help them with enrollment of new students.
Yep.
And also build a great relationship with the school as well, right? So
if my wife is a principal actually of an elementary school also. And, with this stuff here, so I have a huge respect for the education system itself. I strongly encourage you even to look into senior citizen kind of community centers and stuff like that. People that are going to get to that point where they're going to be looking at, either selling their house for Natalia, especially, and going to, go lease a condo or whatever the deal is going to go, or even for yourself, Elena, as far as, the sale wise, well, maybe they're going to sell their house to be able to go move into that. Well, now all of a sudden your company can help them with both sides.
Yeah.
They have to realize that what they paid for their house 80 years ago is worth a lot more today than it was then. And it's just a matter of protecting them. I've done this myself actually in our community and stuff, and it's been huge, right? Building the relationships with these people, and it's something to where, once again, you're helping them by trying to protect them, but it just brings you so much business. It's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's the main takeaway. I think the social media today, especially in the post-COVID world, has become the way that we are interacting with others. And the more we can go towards making people feel more included, more connected, the better the return is on that time of an investment.
And, you look at our kids for an example. I mean, our kids, we've done a lot of community events and stuff like that. And every event we've ever done, our kids, I have 3 kids, 19, 17, and 13. But since they were like young babies, they've been to every event. So I'm really looking forward to the future of them coming into life and being able to do these things. My 19-year-old son, Ryan, right now, he's playing junior A hockey here in Ottawa, but he's actually in his 3rd course right now to get into the real estate business also. And I'm very excited to see what they're going to do. And I asked him, I said, Ryan, why are you doing this? Why do you want to get in the business? He's like, well, I've seen you do it my whole life. I like people. I like homes. I think I could do really well at it. So it's just a matter of, especially getting out in the community and doing these things. It's incredible. And then the younger generation, they have no fear with the social media stuff. They're born in it. Right. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to be able to do with all these tools, because they're incredible. I still have a little fear. Like, I'm pretty good with a lot of it, but I'm still a little afraid of some of this stuff. Right. So
for sure. Yeah. It's also, for me, it's also the perfectionism, right? You always want to convey that perfect polished image. And I think with a lot of stuff, you don't have to be perfect.
You don't have to be perfect. And that's one thing that Gary Vaynerchuk always mentions. And I mean, if you have not checked out Gary V, please do. This guy is an animal. I watch his stuff every night before I go to bed on YouTube. He's, he's there all the time, and you don't have to be perfect. His thing is that, content is probably more important than quality, as crazy as that sounds in the professional image, because we want things to be perfect to where it's a professional image all the time. But the whole thing is that the more they see you, you start building the brand in their head, and it goes from there. I was told years ago, it takes 9 times for them to see your name, hear your name, see your face before you become that household person or name, right? It takes time. So the more they see you, the better that it's going to go. And it's just a matter of, we all want that, like, you want to be professional, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Because if we totally wait, we're going to load and load and load and never pull the trigger, so to speak. You're always getting ready to get ready, and you're never ready. You're never going to move forward. And I find that as people are paralyzed by fear, it's so important to win your day and at least take one step forward every day. So if you know where you're going with your goals, and if all of a sudden you're going to use your social media towards to achieve your goals and to be able to move forward, you have to post something every day to just keep going. And then you start to build that momentum and, you know, the habits of creating it and being able to do it and put it out to the universe.
Great.
I get fired up with this. I'm sorry. You know, I love the marketing aspect. I always have. I love the business itself, and I just love helping people.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you on.
Well, thank you.
Natalia, do you have any comments?
I think we will be wrapping up on Instagram before 1 hour, right? We finished a bit early. We still have time to go. But on Instagram on live, it has to be more than 10 minutes and less than an hour.
Less than an hour. Yeah. Well, we're in that perfect time frame. We're about 40 minutes right now. So yeah, if anybody else has any questions or any insights, would be very welcome.
There were maybe still the first condo was in Falls Creek, but now he's going on showing the condo we have. It's available right now on Furnished on Vancouver Central, more toward, it's a Comox, right? Comox. Oh, you went there, yeah. So that one. So probably I hope Aryan can still be able to make it and show it to us.
Okay. Well, I think it's better to post it as a separate post though, right? Because you want to, I think you want to separate the two, right? The promotion of the property with the social media training, right? Because we wanted to share it. I mean, I love the fact that he's going around and he's showing properties. I think that just being out and about on your day and taking pictures of or quick little videos of what you're doing goes a great long way to build your image as a professional that is active in the field, that is constantly doing, right? People can see what you're doing. You're showing homes, you know, you're advertising great opportunities for either renters or you're giving an idea to landlords about what things are renting for in a particular area. That's great information.
Yeah, he do in-person showings.
Yeah.
But it's just some additional virtual showings. Sometimes I do showings together with tenant virtual on Instagram, and if tenant is okay, I add them to the screen and we do it and look at it kind of together. And it's very natural, like, because they ask really questions, they interest them and stuff like this.
Here, 1 second. I just wanted to show you. I follow this. I get this as I subscribe to this portal, Parkbench, this service. I get these great emails. I just wanted to share with you, like, one last thing. It's these great Instagram accounts that they shared, what things to do and not to do on Instagram, just as a quick little wrap up. And I think that we should start doing this more in our posts as well. Is this this realtor, she always puts, okay, 1 second. No, it was this realtor, jamesgallo.com. What's great about his posts is that in every single post, he puts his contact information. So it's right there. So people don't have to hunt for it. That's one of the things that they're saying, do it on Instagram. If you're going to post something on Instagram, make sure that you're hashtagging the heck out of it, right? With your neighborhood, your particular website, and your contact information. So people have questions about pictures that you're posting, they know how to reach out to you.
Even for that, to go further than that, you know, I highly recommend that certain platforms, Instagram, you do have a lot of space. Facebook, you have a lot of space. Twitter, you can only go so many characters and so on like that. But if you have an opportunity here, put all of your little, you know, your for each platform you have. If you have multiple platforms, put down your address and your link in, like, down in the bottom. So at least this way you have your little blurb of everything you want, your contact information, your website, your all your different tags for all your different things and all that stuff, and then put in all your hashtags and all that stuff. You can do all that stuff because like there's a lot of room that's in Instagram, for an example, where you can add all this stuff. And every time that somebody's posting, or they're Googling yourself, and if you have your name multiple times through this stuff and your contact information, it makes exactly, it helps you and boost your value as far as Google and the search engines are concerned, right? So don't be afraid to kind of put a lot of stuff. And like you said, hashtag, the heck out of it, and just sit back and, tell your story, right? Use that to your advantage. Cause I mean, it's there. If you only put down one sentence of, oh, this is a great property, here you go. Well, great, but it could be much better.
Right. Exactly. So, there's some examples of blogs before and after. This one I also liked a lot because it's just there's a consistent branding, so, and an image. And once again, there's always contact information in there. So people readily recognize when her post pops up. They don't wonder who it's from. They know that it's from her because her branding is basically in every single post. So.
And I think that that's really important because, I mean, when people are looking at your stuff, they're looking at a picture, they're looking at a listing, they're looking at whatever. You want to remind them that you're part of that, right? You want them to think of you. They might forget about the property. They might forget your name, but they're going to remember your face or whatever the deal is, right? People always, their brain works in pictures. You think of a dog, you see a dog. You don't, you don't spell out the word dog, or house or whatever the deal is. So pictures are incredible. Videos are super, super, even that much more powerful. But as far as that consistent brand, once again, in this case here, having the orange, having the company names, right? You get into that stuff. It's so important. The challenge is there is that whenever people have teams, in my opinion, they kind of screw things up a little bit to the fact that here in Ontario, it actually is law that the company that you work for has to be bigger than your own team logo. Yeah. But if you notice some of the advertisements and stuff, the brokerage is not even mentioned. It's the Sweet Homes, here I am, right? And it's like, it's just illegal. It's not right. So it's not just Steve saying that, but I do think it's important to have your brand. And whether it's a templated thing to where, like look at the lady on the top, for an example, I mean, if you had a picture and then you had the header and the footer that was always the same, but you changed the stuff in the middle, all of a sudden from there, as people are seeing it all the time, you start to build that brand again, right?
Yeah.
Just little things.
Yeah, no, for sure. We are required also over here to display our brokerage name prominently. With First Day Realty, it's less of a problem because we're a smaller brokerage. We're basically a brokerage and a team all in one. So that makes it easy. But when I was previous with other bigger brokerages where and people get the wrong idea. Just because you're with Remax does not mean that every single Remax agent out there.
Yep.
But
exactly.
but people do get that impression because all they see is like your name and Remax, right? So they think that every Remax agent in Vancouver is the same.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I find that it's been interesting because for our company Storm here, to where all of our for sale signs, like all of our yard signs are the same. Yeah. And whenever people see that, for an example, if you were on the sign, if they know that you are with our company, as soon as they see our company name, they automatically think of you. No matter if it's a man, no matter if it's a woman, no matter who's on that sign, as soon as they see that logo, they think of you. And that's kind of what I've collected lots of info over the years and all that stuff. It's been amazing to see how that brand has worked that way. And it's been incredible. So it is important to be there. And I mean, once again, it being a smaller brokerage, you do have some challenges, but the big ones do also, because everybody wants to separate themselves as much as they can. And how do you do that? Be present. A lot of people, they slide into a coma and they're never there. They're never present. They're never out on social media or in the community. Just get out there and be yourself and have fun, because I can promise you that the more you post, your kids are going to sit back and see this stuff. Like my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, when she found out that I had, a YouTube channel, she's like, "You have a YouTube channel?" Right? I'm like, "Yeah, I've got like 8 of them." Right. But then all of a sudden, it's like, "You're a movie star. Wow. Look, everywhere I turn out, you're on YouTube. You're here." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." I told them, I'm like, "Guys, when I die, turn on everything I have. So at least this way you can hear me and see me every day." Right. You look at people that are like, look at a book, you want to become a legend for years. It was like, go write a book. Now make a video.
Yeah.
That video will last forever. It's wonderful to have your words, but whenever I can look at your face, hear your voice, feel your energy, what's better than that? Right? So, I mean, it's incredible. So just keep posting, keep having fun.
Yeah. Thanks. It's a good point. Keep posting more. I'm definitely going to download that Publer app, because I think that's my biggest challenge for not posting enough. Is
There's
that
some on the Publer to where, like, you know, you could, like, some of it is free. And then I have the one that I pay a little bit to where, like, it goes on the 5 different sites. For an example, you can go up
Yeah.
to 7 or even 20 different sites kind of thing. So just kind of
Cool.
depending of where you are in your business and stuff, but it
Yeah.
saves me a lot of time. Because at least this
Yeah.
way here, like, I mean, either in the beginning or the end of the month, I'll sit there and I'll schedule all my posts for the month. And then as I'm living life, if I want to sit back and do a video
you
today, well, then
do
all
a
of a
little
sudden,
bit
hey,
extra. Yeah.
absolutely, right? So
But the backbone is there. That's the important thing, right? So it helps maintain that consistency.
consistency is the key to anything, because it's wonderful to have that beautiful, perfect post. But if it's only one time, nobody sees it, right?
Right.
Whereas if you're posting every day, multiple times a day, then all of a sudden now, every time they turn around, if they see yourself, your company name, yourself, your company name, yourself, your company name, you're building a brand.
Yeah.
If they never see you,
They
don't
never
know that you're
remember
even
you.
there. They don't think of you.
Yeah.
And even I find that in the real estate business itself, and obviously we may have people that are in many different businesses, so this will work in everything, that the more they see you, they will remember you, they will think of you, and then all of a sudden they're going to do business with you and all that stuff. But if they never see you, they forget about you. So I know myself, I've been a realtor almost 18 years now. I've sold hundreds of property in the business. I've spent a lot of money in the business telling people that I'm here. And with this being said, every once in a while, I'll still have people, Steve, what do you do? I'm like, are you kidding me? Right? I paid all this money and done all these things, and people still ask. So it's like, you can't take things for granted. You have to continue to keep reaching out to people, keep being consistent. But I find that instead of selling people, build the best relationships you can with people. Because like I look at people, and I know this is going off topic just a little bit. How would your business change in the real estate business, for an example, if you had 5 of your friends, family, or somebody you know refer you 5 deals this year?
Yeah.
You get an extra 25 deals in your pocket. How is that going to change your life? So what if you had, what if you had 10 people refer you 5 deals? Now you get an extra 50 deals. It's like, it's not hard. I've done this. I've taught it. I've many realtors in my office that are doing it, and it's so easy, but it's just a matter of being consistent with everything you do. Also, as far as advertising wise and stuff like that, like if you do one post, it's just, I can't stress that it's not enough, but whenever it's over and over and over again, you're building the brand, people are going to remember you, and then they kind of, it's going to go from there. But it's a lot of fun, guys. It really, truly is. So I really encourage people to try it. And then once you start to do it, the hardest time that it's going to be is the first few times that you're doing it, because it's awkward. It's weird. It's like, what do I say? I don't know what to do. But then all of a sudden it's there. And another thing that we've had a lot of success on is that all of our realtors in our company, we sit back and I encourage them to like and share all of our posts, that especially my wife Julie's doing, because it's from our company. So at least this way here, the people that are looking through their social media stuff is thinking that they themselves have another listing, thinking they themselves have another sold. They've listed another property or whatever the deal is, right? They don't have any listings, that one person. But they've sold all these property this week and they have all these listings, and they're like, you are incredible. I can't believe how busy you are, right? I'm so proud of you. It's amazing. So use that. And that's where the social media comes in. And even part of being a brokerage, you are allowed to advertise your brokerage's listings, right?
Yeah.
We
just
look
don't
at
have that
realtors
many.
saying it's mine.
It's just me and myself and myself and I at this point.
Well, there you go. But within time, that's going to change, right? So it's just a matter of use that to your advantage. And if you can do so, you'll build an incredible business.
Yeah.
So, Elena, advertisement, we have a lot of questions on our Instagram. Also about our listing, right? We have a commercial listing for office for sale.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up on here on Instagram, so we can be able to record, and we stay a bit longer on a Zoom, okay?
Okay.
So thank you so much, everyone, and see you next Friday if you like to join us.
Join us again. That's right.
But for any of the viewers and stuff that are out there, guys, and even yourselves, like, if there's anything that myself or Storm Realty can do to help you guys in your business at all, please don't ever be afraid to ask, right? Like, I mean, for anything, I don't care what it is. The only stupid question is one that you don't ask. And if you have a question, somebody else is going to have a similar question. It's just a matter of being able to ask it, right? And be confident to ask it. And the funny thing is that usually when you ask that question, you probably already know the answer, but you just might not be confident enough to actually take action on it, right? And it all comes down to just, when you put a bunch of, like I said earlier, you put a bunch of great people in a room, you can come up with all kinds of amazing things. I've never been afraid in my entire career to give an idea from somebody. Whenever I first started, I was at another company that, we were a good sized company, and nothing like you guys would have. Like, I mean, we had 36 realtors in our area. That was a big brokerage.
Yeah.
And I used to walk up and down the hall every single day. What are you doing today? And what can you teach me? Yeah. And in the first, it was great. Oh, look at this 26-year-old kid. He's cute, this, that, and all that stuff. Well, the first year I won Rookie of the Year for our office. I won Rookie of the Year for our franchisor or Eastern Ontario kind of thing. The second year I won every single award that our office had. I won them all. So at that time, it was like, hey, you're a great, look at this little kid. He's cute. He's asking for help. Well, I took some of the ideas that they never were going to do themselves. And I modified it to make it comfortable for myself. And then all of a sudden from there, I took action on it and I went and did it. And I did very, very well. I think it was my second year, I sold 74 homes.
Wow.
And I mean, it was just incredible, right? So it's like, there's so much success that's out there. It's just a matter of you only know what you know. Yeah. So as soon as you get introduced to that new idea, you can never go back to the original state of mind. So if you can take that idea, modify it so it's comfortable for you, well, then all of a sudden now you can go create something, right? But there's also a possibility of taking too many things and trying too many things.
Many things at once.
Exactly. So even if you try 2 or 3 things and we're
like
consistent
me,
at it.
Strata, rentals, and sales, too many things. Actually, Steven Maria, yes. she just finished her license.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So are you already you started your course? Not?
I'll start on Monday.
Oh, on Monday.
So how do you feel? You excited?
Yeah, really excited.
You should be. The real estate business is the best business in the entire world. I've loved every second of it. I'm sure you're going to love it also. Now it's just a matter of you getting into the business, obviously getting your feet wet, learning the ropes and all that stuff. If you hang out with these guys here, these guys are awesome and they're going to be able to help you, of course. And, and once again, even, the offer goes out to yourself. If there's anything we can ever do for you, don't ever be afraid. At least this way here, Elena and Natalia, they know where to find me. And, I'd love to help you in your business too. So don't be afraid.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy it.
So you did already need to sign up with brokerage, or which moment you have to sign?
So I need to pass first course and second, and after that I need to sign as a brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Now, are you in Vancouver or where are you, Maria?
North Vancouver.
Nice. Well, you know what? I know a really good brokerage there that's First Day Realty. And, if you're looking for a spot, definitely talk to them because they're pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Once again, I've loved every second of the business. I mean, sure, there's been some ups and downs and all that stuff, but it all comes down to a mindset. If you can sit back and know what you wanted to get out of the business, you can, there's so many great things that you can actually achieve. It's awesome. Being able to help people and just be part of an awesome team is something that's really, really important. Our team is very similar to, First Day, to the fact of that, everybody's willing to help everybody, and it's just, it's a culture of success that unfortunately some of the bigger brokerages, they say they have, but they don't. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the one thing that is there because, they say, oh, we build our company arm in arm. They have no idea what that even means, right? I live in a small community where there's 3,500 people in my community, and the city that I have my brokerage in is, there's about 60,000 people that are there. Or whenever I walk into the corner store and say, how are you today? I actually really mean it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is just the way that I've been raised since I was a baby, whereas sometimes it's a little more challenging in other areas because it's just not comfortable. It's not normal, right? Buy milk and they're like, why are you talking to me? Can't you see I'm busy? Right? So it's like, if you can bring the small town mentality, you're just being a better person, and bring that in your business, you can create an amazing business, because it's not always normal, and it's not selling yourself, it's building that relationship. People deal with who they like and trust, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing more.
Steven, my family say you should move to Vancouver. You will be very successful here.
You know what? I know I'd be very successful anywhere I'd go in the world, to be honest. That's how confident I am with that.
Yeah.
But it just comes down to where I'm looking forward to that next chapter in my life. And to tell you, you know where that is. I want to help people like yourself find your success in your life and business both. And I believe that I can do so. So it's just a matter of kind of having the opportunity to meet great people like yourselves and be able to work with you guys to be able to, you know, set up your own game plan. I'm on my own journey as you guys are on your own. So there could be many different similarities throughout our lives, our businesses, all that stuff. But it's a matter of creating your business the way you truly want to create your business, and to be able to have all kinds of success that's there. That's what I do, right? Like, I mean, I've had people that were brand new realtors that come in. I mean, our top producing realtor in our office is 26 years old. You know, he's done very well this year. He sold 44 homes, and, you know, he's bought, I believe it's 5 property last year anyway. And he's doing really well. So it's just a matter of, like, you know, and I've got multiple stories like this that are these people that are doing this. And then even once again, like, I've talked to people in California, for an example, that I'm talking to them on the phone and they're crying. They're like, why are you helping me? Nobody else is helping me. I'm like, because I can. Right. And all of a sudden they go out and they start having huge success. I was talking to a gentleman in Ottawa that this would have been in March.
Yeah.
He was almost ready to quit the real estate business. And all of a sudden from there, something came out. I met him it was on Instagram. I'm like, I have to reach out to this guy. I don't know what it is, but some type of an energy is pulling me towards him. So I reach out to him anyway. And I'm like, Ross, I said, what's going on? He goes, well, you say that the real estate business is really easy, but it's not. I'm like, because it is, right? So then I talked to him for 15 minutes. I fired him up. I got him all excited. I hooked him up with just a little tiny bit of a game plan of building more referrals in his business. The most money he ever made in his life was $160,000. Well, that introduction was in May. It would have been probably August. At that time, he made over $500,000. He was just peaking. He was loving his business like he's never had before. He's actually considering on buying a franchise from us now and all that stuff. He's going to get his brokers. And it's like all these things that just fell into place because it gave him a new idea. You know, it's like I said, it is the best business. I can't stress that enough, but it's just to find things that you like to do and bring that into the business, you know, because we're all different. Once again, if you like to do something, do that. You know, if you like to, you know, like Natalia, for an example, you know, as your son is a dancer and stuff like that, he's an incredible dancer. If you enjoy dancing, well, go participate in some of these events and make sure that everybody in that room knows that you're a realtor. That's how you get the business. I had one of our realtors back years ago. She was going to Zumba. It's like dancing, just aerobics and that type of stuff. So I asked her, I said, Lynn, I said, does everybody know that you're a realtor? She goes, I think so. I said, thinking and knowing are two totally different things. I said, can I give you a suggestion? Every day after Zumba, go take bottles of water or something like that, put your business card on it and hand it to everybody. Give them all water after you're done. Make sure that they know that you're a realtor. Well, she was at a different company where she sold 2 homes that year. The first year she was with us, she did 28. So I'm like, it's not hard. It's just a matter of being consistent and having fun with your life and business, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, all this stuff, guys, I'm very passionate about it because I love the people that I hang out with every day. If I don't like you, I don't hang out with you. It's quite simple as that. I will not give you the time of day, and that's just the way that it is, you know. But if I like you, I'll give you anything I possibly can. You know, I'll die for you. And that's just kind of how I've always lived my life. And, you know, I like to surround myself with people that'll do the same, period.
Yeah. Well, it's been great getting to know you, Steve. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
You know what? I'm sorry for, you know, taking all of your time and, you know, kind of going off track
You've
a
been
little
a
bit.
star. star. You've been a star of the whole
Well, thank
thing.
you. That's why I
It's
didn't mean
more
to
fun
take it
to
over.
interview. As I find it a lot more fun to interview people and to listen to all the stories that they have to share.
Thank you.
Because the more I talk to different people, the more ideas I take in, and then that
Yep.
always takes me to another level. So I love learning, I love growing, and it's just getting to know different people and different stories always excites me.
Well, just over the last little while anyway, there, I've been able to watch some of your videos and stuff that you're doing. And, you're a natural at it. Like, you are awesome at it. You really are. There was the one with yourself, Natalia and Aryan there where you guys were in, and, just the way that you turn things where you're interviewing them and stuff like that. As I mentioned to Natalia, I'm like, that was awesome. Right. Because it wasn't all about you. It was his moment, it's his year being in the business, his little anniversary and all that stuff. Well, you have to put that person up in lights.
Yeah.
And you recognize that, and you did that. Right. And it was something to where it was so valuable to the success of him, but even your whole company, because that's what it's about, right? You can say anything you want, but your actions mean everything.
Yeah.
Show me. Stop telling me. Show me by your actions. And
exactly.
That's how you know if you're dealing with the real deal or not. And, to me, trust is everything. I'll trust you until you do something against, and then other than that, you're out. Right. That's just kind of the way that I live my life, and life is too short. So hang out with the people that you truly care about, create your circle of trust, tell the people that are close to you that you love them on a regular basis, because you do. And, just enjoy every second of life. That's how I
Couldn't
go.
agree more. Couldn't agree more.
But no, like I said, I can't, I can't tell you guys enough of how much I appreciate what you guys are doing, because I think you guys are doing a wonderful job. And I hope that you guys are proud of everything you're doing. And, even with all this stuff here, man, I can't guarantee, unfortunately, that I'll be able to make it to all of them and stuff. But I mean, I will definitely make it to a few others if you're okay with that. And I'll try to sit in the back and try to be quiet and not talk unless I'm excited. What can I say? Right. So
no, I think we should do another session where you get to share some of your secrets. That's what we should do.
I have so many secrets. It's amazing. Right. And it's just a matter of, they're not really secrets because I'm not afraid to share them. But I have this one document that I give to all of our people. It's called the Storm Realty Buffet. And, it's about 6 or 8 pages worth of stuff that I've done in the real estate business since I've been in the business. And I don't give this to people to really even ask them or encourage them to do these things. I give it to them so they can actually be inspired by it and try to find a couple things they like. Because as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people are paralyzed by fear.
Yeah.
New people come into the business. Well, what do you like to do? I don't know. What would you like to do? I don't know. Right. I don't know. And it's like, no, you do know. Right. Let's just start writing this stuff down. So then right now is actually a good time to start writing out your goals. I myself am a guy that I write them out very regular. I don't write it once a year and say that's my goals for the year. I will affirm them by writing them borderline every week, sometimes every day, sometimes whatever. Just affirming them, not copying them, writing them down. Like, I rewrite them. So at least this way here, I'm growing. So through the conversation that we're having today, I've been able to learn something from you guys. And then from there, I'm not the same person that I was before the call.
Yeah.
I've grown. Right. So all of a sudden from here, now all of a sudden my goal might have changed slightly, and it's there. There was back a few years ago, my 19-year-old was, it would have been 5 years ago now. He was playing hockey, and, he was doing really well. He was in this tournament. He got 26 points in 5 games. They won the tournament. He won MVP of the tournament, did all that stuff. And his one coach was kind of messing with him a little bit. And he said, "Hey, Ryan, you okay?" He goes, "You haven't done much in the last 5 games." He cried for 4 days straight. I'm like, it's the first and only time I've ever seen him cry in his entire life. But he hit a nerve because I can never do enough for this guy. Right. So we were sitting down one day and I kind of had enough of it. I'm like, I'm a loving father, but from here, I'm like, yeah, enough's enough. You're letting this guy mess with you too much. I said, Ryan, I said, are you willing to do a little experiment with me? He said, sure. I said, go into the office, grab a couple pieces of paper and come out and see me for a second. Grab a pen, come and see me. So he comes out. I'm like, dude, I said, there's a circle of trust that is here. There's people that every once in a while in that circle, they're supposed to love you and die for you and all that stuff. But every once in a while, somebody's in there is going to screw with you. I said, that's what this guy's doing. He's messing with you. So I said, the only opinion in the world that matters is yours. I hope that you respect my opinion, but the only truly opinion that matters is yours. If you believe you can do something, I believe you can do it. If you don't believe you can do it, well, then you're not going to do it. So I said, I would like for you to write out your goals. and write down everything you would like to have in your life. And he wrote down different things that he wants to play in the NHL. And it was like, he actually, and I never even told him the date, but he put down dates that he was going to accomplish these things. Winning the championship that year, which has never happened in our area ever in history. Well, they won the championship that year. He played
Nice.
AAA the following year. He was drafted Junior A and and he achieved all these things. So I said on the top page, write out all your goals. On the bottom of the page, I would like for you to write out your daily action steps that you have to do to achieve all these goals. If they're in alignment with these things and you do them consistently every single day, I'm very confident that you'll achieve all of these things. He's achieved every single thing on that list, except for playing in the NHL yet, because he's still playing junior hockey. He's done them
Nice.
all.
Wow.
If my 14-year-old kid can do this, you can't tell me that you can't do it. I teach this stuff in my office, and I've had incredible results from our people that are there, that they were good people, and they are good people, but they didn't really have a direct path of where they'd like to go.
Mhm.
I helped show them the way by getting them to do this activity. And then all of a sudden they've had insane results, and it's been wonderful. Why do people get coaches? It's to bring them back to path to where they want to go. But if you never know where you want to go, how are you ever going to get there? You know what I mean? Hi, I'd
Yeah.
like to go to BC. Well, okay. Well, shouldn't you look at a map to try to figure out where BC is, right? How are you going to get there, right? You need to have that roadmap to success. If you don't have a roadmap to success, you will never, ever hit your destination that you're looking for. You're lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I say, if you haven't done it yet, please take the time to write out your goals. Be as detailed as you possibly can for life, business, spiritual wise, health wise, anything that you want, write it down. Put a date of when you're going to accomplish these things and then start working towards it. And if you can do so, as I mentioned earlier, one step forward a day even. If you can do that, it's there. But the cool thing is that whenever you obsess on what you truly want, all the outside noise disappears. And
Right.
there's going to be people saying, you're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You don't have enough money. You're not from the right neighborhood. You don't hang out with the right friends.
Yeah.
They're going to try to mess with you, but they don't have the right to do so,
Right.
because the only opinion that matters is yours.
That's really great.
End of story. But guys, I do have to get out of here.
Yeah. I have to get out,
Me
get
too.
on with the rest of my day. But thank you
Have
so
a
much.
wonderful
for,
day.
Thank you so
You
much.
too.
Steve.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure, guys. Take care. I'll talk to
Thank
you later
you.
on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck today.
Thanks.
Bye.